In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Rimac Mapp gas burner kit and aluminium brazing rods. So if you're like me and you need to bond metal together, but you don't have any welding equipment and you don't have any skill with welding whatsoever, then you're going to need something like this. So what we've got here is we've got a can of Mapp gas from the company Rimac, which is the most readily available thing that I could find here in Sweden. And Mapp gas burns or offers a higher temperature than your normal mixed gas, I think, like your propane gas that you can use for these sorts of things, which means you can set fire to stuff much quicker, like my car. This here is the equivalent kit from Rimac. It's not cheap. It was 1,700 crowns, which is, what's that, about 130 quid, something like that. So it's a can of this stuff and it's the burner element itself. So I'm going to take a look at that. We're also going to be taking a look at these things here, which I've got a few different brands. This is Alutite, and I can't remember what brand this one is. I've had this one a while. But these are brazing rods, aluminium brazing rods. It's basically like solder for adults. This will bond aluminium to aluminium, and if you do it well enough, it should be very, very strong indeed. It's like, you know, close to sort of weld strength apparently you can achieve. So I'm going to be using some of this on the car in a bit, and I'll show you how I got on with that. But before we do that, we're going to have a look at the Mapp gas burner kit. Okay, so what do we have in the box? Pretty heavy box. You can get accessories. It looks like different types of burners for different applications. I think this one's just got the standard burner. So take it out. We've got a bottle of Mapp gas, which I already have. We've got a base for it, and this is the head itself. So drop that into there, means it'll stand upright. And then this, you just need to screw this onto the top there to get into the gas itself. Got a knob here for adjusting the intensity of the flame. This is for the starter. And then you've got your little knob here, which if you twist that, it will keep the flame locked on. So press that in, twist that, and it will hold in place like that. So you can basically just work freely. So there we go. Let's put this together and see how easy it is to use before we then turn our attentions to the car. Okay, there we go. So that's on now, and then there we go. Easy as that. So the reason why I didn't need to read any instructions, not that it's bloody difficult to use this thing before putting it together and using it, is because previously when I was having a look at doing some brazing, I bought this pathetic thing from Dremel. And if you look at this, twist a little knob here. This is the equivalent from Dremel. And yeah, it looks all right. Cobwebs on it. Shows how much I use it. I love Dremel. I mean, I use my Dremel all the time. And it's kind of useful for some things, like if you need to solder something, but you can't plug it in, or you don't have access to it, or you want to sort of just heat some stuff up, or you want to, I don't know, see a tuner. But if you want to do anything useful in the garage with it in terms of this stuff, then you can see the difference. This is just like a Mickey Mouse toy. So let's see how good this thing is on the car. So the plan is, I've got this bracket here that I need to fit here, so that needs to be welded, brazed into place there, and then I've got another bracket that I need to fit down there. So the technique is going to be to clean up and then scuff up both surfaces, and then using the Mapp gas burner, heat this section here, so heat both bits of metal, basically get them up to temperature from the back side, and then dragging this along the front side until this melts. And when this melts, then try and tidy that up as best I can with a screwdriver. I think is the best technique to do it. And then yeah, just let it set, and hopefully this will be held in place, and then we can hang the expansion tank off it. So let's get cracking. Right, I've let it cool off now because I've burnt myself a lot.
Bagger!
And you can see the sort of initial finish that I've got. Not bad in some places. I ended up doing the whole thing all the way across front and back. Needs cleaning up quite a lot, but there's no movement in that at all. I mean, it feels pretty solid. I'm sure it's probably not kind of perfect in some spots, but the fact that it's perfect in others means that it shouldn't go anywhere. So I'll crack on with tidying that up, and then yeah, that's kind of the brazing rods really. Okay, so that's the bracket fitted onto the car with the brazing rods. The Rimac kit I'm really impressed with. I think it works really well. Mapp gas heats stuff up so fast and so hot, so that's made it very easy to use the brazing rods. The brazing rods themselves I think are perfectly good. Is it as good as welding? I don't know, because I'm not a welder. I don't have the confidence in the brazing like the welding, and I think the welding is a much neater solution than brazing, even with the brazing tidied up. So I would always favour welding, but in a tight spot like I was with the car, I think it's a perfectly kind of good solution. I'll see how well I get on with it in actual use with everything fitted up and the car back in action. We'll see. Hopefully things hold up. So there you go. Remember, top tip, don't touch hot aluminium chassis with naked skin, as I've done several times, because you end up with kind of third-degree burns over 2/3 of your body. But other than that, great fun.